Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a channel update which is probably my most important yet. In this update, I'll be discussing a few things including changes to the channel's focus where I'll be requiring your help, why I'm potentially killing off Let's Plays, the status of the current GTA 5 Let's Play, a new series that has come to the channel, and my new Twitch channel for streaming. The channel's core focus has changed, and this is where I'm going to need your help, which I'll explain more about later on. The direction actually changed a good 9 to 10 months ago, around the start of the year. If you haven't noticed this change, that's because it's completely my fault. I haven't been fully focused on the channel's direction too well over the course of this year. To clarify what's happening, the channel's core focus, or my main focus, will be to feature games that need more attention, and games that are likely to be considered more positive than negative in terms of criticism. This will involve featuring both indie and AAA or non-indie games. It will involve early access titles, prototypes, and even completed titles as well. The early access titles will be mainly featured in the form of previews, as you've already seen me doing, while other types of games will be featured in different ways, either via one-off Let's Play videos, or the Incompetent Shenanigans series, or however I pretty much see fit. Some early access titles might only make it into the Incompetent Shenanigans series. Again, this is something that I'll do as I see fit, but keep in mind the Incompetent Shenanigans series is mainly for fun. In a way, I'll basically be a promoter to some extent. The reason I want the channel to go in this direction is because I no longer want to be another channel that just does Let's Plays and says, yeah, free advertising for the developers, and all I've done is record myself playing and reacting. I want the videos I make to benefit both the developers and the people who are watching them, so in order to do this from here on, some of the videos I make need to be a bit more structured. This will allow me to present the featured game in a way that will allow anyone watching to get a better understanding of what it offers and potentially allow them to decide on whether they're interested or not. The reason I only want to focus on games that are more likely to get positive criticism is because I think the saying that bad publicity is good publicity can ring very true with a lot of the games you see popping up on YouTube these days. I want to focus on games that would only likely get good criticism to avoid bringing unnecessary attention to any games likely to receive the opposite. I think a YouTuber has the right to feature whatever games they want on their channels. There's no real big issue there. I have every intention of doing that myself. But what pisses me off is that there's these developers that will pour their hearts and souls into a project only to have some other bug-riddled half-assed game that's likely to get negative criticism end up getting publicity because it's likely to, quote, get the views, unquote. So I feel that it's my duty and purpose, as corny as it sounds, to try and make things right or better for the gaming community. Developers and publishers who let us showcase their games could easily turn around and put ads on our videos or hit us with copyright strikes, and some do, so I avoid those particular publishers. Yet I see a lot of YouTubers, and I mean a lot, that take that for granted. Some don't even mention the developers' names, or don't even link the developer's site or the game's site in their description or anywhere in the video whatsoever. I could rant and complain non-stop about the direction that the gaming industry is going, but I figured I'll try to do something about it instead, while also ranting and complaining about it on the side anyway. I know it actually sounds arrogant, but I'm not trying to make it come out that way. I'm not trying to make it seem like my word is the law or anything like that, because video games are an art form, so there's naturally going to be some subjectiveness, but I think one thing we can all agree on is that it's always within reason. There's a point a game reaches where it can abuse a consumer and the gaming community. Don't get me wrong, I might make mistakes. I might feature an early access game that starts off well but only ends up being shit in the end. I might feature an early access title that looks like it's on the road to being finished only to never end up coming out of early access. I might feature a AAA title that ends up adding features that don't work well or ruins the game, and so on. I might even feature a game and the developer or publishers end up being complete crooks. I might forget to mention a positive or a negative thing about a particular game, like I sometimes do now. I will make mistakes, but I'll be doing everything within my power to avoid doing so. And this is where I'm going to need your help, something I never thought I'd ever end up asking from any of you, and I feel bad for doing so, but the gaming industry is taking advantage of people nowadays. Not all the time, but it's still doing it, and it feels like more and more of a cash grab every year, and unless people wake up, band together and do something about it, it's only likely to get worse, as corny as that sounds. I can talk all I want about a game, but that's not going to mean shit for the developers if I'm the only one talking about it. So if you do see a video on this channel that features a game you think you'll enjoy, have enjoyed, or that someone else will, then I encourage you to share it around. And if you don't want to share my videos for whatever reason, then at the very least share the game's information around. I always have links in the description to the developer's site and the game's site or their page where you can buy the game. I do this purposely because I want to see them succeed. But if you do choose to share my videos around, keep in mind you'd not only be helping the developers or the publishers, you'd also be helping me too. The bigger we grow, the more benefit we can have towards these developers. While all of this is going to be the main focus, I do still want to make random videos here and there that are just for shits and giggles, but I won't be pushing them as recommendations. So it's not going to be purely just a channel for promoting. I will still have games here and there that I wouldn't promote or even necessarily recommend, but they might be games I enjoy or games that I'm just playing. A good example of this is GTA Online. It's really just a series I do for fun, whereas I wouldn't necessarily recommend the game. And then there's my open world series, or I think I call it Wolf's Open World. That just features background games, so they're not going to really be like recommendations or anything. I don't want people to get the wrong idea that every single game I feature on this channel will be something I always think is worth promoting. You will know which videos are intended for that use. Now on top of this, my method of doing previews or any structured content is actually going to change. Previously I would record the game as I'm talking about it. I like doing it that way because it allows me to show off the game in a more live state, but it's also very distracting, as some of you might have noticed if you've watched my previews. It also requires a bit more rehearsal, and having split focus can ruin the quality of it a fair bit. So I'll be going back to doing it old school and recording what I need to discuss first and adding footage on top of that. I'm just letting you know because I don't want people to think, hang on a second, what's changed? Why does this look different to his previous previews? This will allow me to feature the content with a bit better quality and avoid unnecessary distractions. This brings me to Let's Plays. I'm not completely killing them off, but I am most likely not going to be featuring big, long Let's Plays like the recent Deus Ex title, Deus Ex Mankind Divided. I know I said I wanted to feature more stealth games, but holy shit, man, the Deus Ex Let's Play took a lot out of me. Recording was fine, but editing was way too time consuming. From here on, I will most likely focus on small indie games or just doing random videos of the game I'm playing, like I'm doing with Far Cry Primal. I'll just do one-off videos here and there, like for example what I did with Fallout 4. I may even feature the game in that new series I mentioned, which I will be talking about fairly soon in this update. So basically I'm not going to focus on anything too committed, apart from stuff like GTA Online. In fact, with future seasons of GTA Online, I won't be releasing the videos until all production is completed. I even want to go a bit more in depth with some of the future seasons if I continue on with it, which will require more time to edit as well. I am still figuring out what to do with Assassin's Creed and The Walking Dead. I feel as though if Assassin's Creed is kind of traditional to this channel for some bizarre reason, much like Defiance, if they do a new season. I don't know why, I just feel like it is. I also want to feature more of The Witcher 3's DLCs, which I still haven't even played. But Let's Players are always on the fence with me, some of you already know that. I'm not going to kill them off completely, just to some extent, or until I eventually feel like I no longer want to do them. I am unfortunately going to be cancelling the GTA 5 Let's Play. Louis and I don't have as much time to catch up anymore. Louis has a full-time job, I have a job outside of YouTube, so that means less time for us to catch up in person and play games together. I'm annoyed because I know it's gonna disappoint some people. I'm pretty sure people are already disappointed with the inconsistency of the series though. I did say we would finish the Strangers and Freaks missions as well after finishing the main story, but as usual, life in all its unpredictable nature has gotten in the way, and at this stage it feels as though as if this Let's Play is never going to get finished. So I do apologise for that. I'm truly sorry that I can't keep that series going. For the time being, I will continue to finish the content I have recorded for it. If anything changes at all, of course, you know I'll inform you, because I literally only have 4 days off my current job, and at the moment, 2 to 3 of those days are spent working on YouTube related tasks. I need to get 3 videos ready to upload overnight by Friday or Saturday night so I can have them ready to release the following week. So it's a bit of a tight schedule which I'm trying to loosen. And of course I do need to squeeze in some R&R to avoid going insane as well. The new series on the channel that I was talking about is called In the Mist. You will have seen the first episode, which featured the awesome stealth ninja game Aragami. This series primarily involves games that I'm in the midst of playing. You see what I did there? Because, like, wraiths can come out of the mist and midst, like if you remove the D. Say what you want, but I think it's actually a really cool name. The series will only feature games in their completed state of the development cycle. The structure of this series will be done in a similar fashion to how I do my previews at the moment, but it will be more about the impression the game has made. I guess that's sort of what a preview is, but you know, previews can only be done on a game that's incomplete, whereas I don't really want to do reviews anymore, so this is the series that I'm choosing to go with. There won't be a specific time frame I'll play before doing it. I may start the episode after the first few hours, after 10 hours, or even after 20 to 50 hours worth of playing, maybe in a few days or a couple of weeks. It really depends on the game and how excited I am to showcase it, or how much I've been playing. I may be enjoying it too much that I completely forget to do a video for it. This series won't have a strict schedule either, as usual with a lot of the content on my channel. Now, streaming. If you're following me on Twitter, you'll already know that I've been planning and wanting to do streaming for a long time, but being in Australia, we have super shitty upload speeds. Like, I have literally 30 to 40 megabits per second, megabits, not megabytes, 30 to 40 megabits per second for my download speeds, but my upload speeds are like 0.7 to 0.9 megabits per second. And if I'm really lucky, sometimes it hits 1 megabit per second, so I get all excited and giddy inside. As a result of all this crummy upload speeds, I went and bought a 4G modem, which cost me like $200 something, and then I signed up for a 4G data plan with just enough upload speed to allow me to stream to Twitch. I'm only getting about 13 gig a month for around $30, so I can only afford to stream maybe a few hours every now and then. I have no schedule in mind right now, and the streams will be random. The current plan is to have at least 2 streams per month, with them being hosted on every second Sunday. I'm not sure what time I can stream as well. I'm thinking of streaming around 4 PM my time, which will be Australian Eastern Daylight Time or Australian Eastern Standard Time when it's outside of daylight savings. I'll most likely be playing random games, just stuff I play in my free time, games that I need to finish, or just whatever I feel like. So in a way this will kind of replace those full-on Let's Plays, but it will have less consistency because I also play these games in my free time. But if you're interested, the link to my Twitch channel will be in this video's description. I will keep you posted on when I do plan to stream, but I really don't want to give people any false hope. So when I do decide to stream, I will let you know either half an hour or an hour in advance before I decide to do that. I'll be posting it on my Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Google+, and I'll pop like a quick little video on here, like 10 to 20 seconds long, maybe 30 seconds maximum. Anything longer than that will probably take me 100 years to upload it, so yeah. Anyways, I'm going to leave that one there. Hopefully this was an informative channel update for you. Like I said, it was probably one of my most important because the channel's changing, and naturally I don't want to keep you guys in the dark about it at all, and yeah. Hopefully you'll be on board, hopefully you'll help me out with this. I'm looking forward to making a community and a channel which people can go to find out about upcoming or current indie games and things like that, so it'll be really fun. As usual, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next video.